What's up, guys? In today's video I want to talk about actually one of, I think, is the most underrated junglers currently in the game, which is Duraludon. I think he falls under the radar quite a lot. Dragon Pult still has a lot of damage. If you're ahead, I think it's quite bad for laning, but in jungling it's still pretty good. So for the head items, are on Massive Band, Scope Lens, and for the third one I decided on Focus Band. But you can play Body Barrier, you can also go into a Razor Claw for more crit damage. Razor Claw is not too amazing, but it just gives you a bit more, 2% crit chance is honestly nothing too bad, and you can consider just for having even more damage. But I personally like the Focus Band. It allows me to live as a jungler. As always, Focus Band is very nice, especially for early game fights. And for the first Dreadnought fight, having it up is quite decent. Otherwise, Body Barrier, always you can use your Unite move defensively. And for my second move, I decided on Dragon Tail. Because, Stealth Rock is totally fine, but the Dragon Tail just allows me to have full heal. And Duraludon Unite can be cancelled quite easily, right? And if I only have Stealth Rock, I don't have any mobility. So I personally prefer, Dragon Tail so I can go full heal. Otherwise, if you play, Stealth Rock, I think you probably should go into a eject button instead. So how does Dragon Pults work again? I think a lot of people maybe have not even played Duraludon much lately. You apply those marks on your opponents by auto-attacking them or hitting them with spells. You can see those blue marks around him, and then you charge up your Dragon Pulse. The longer you charge it up, the more damage you do, based on how many stacks are on your opponents. So it's always very important to keep track of, and you obviously want to use your Dragon Pulse when you have, 5 or 6, or like the maximum stacks onto your opponent, as much as you have. So you can see those blue circuits around it. And it's like 5 dots, and like when there's like a ring around them, it's max damage. So it's like 5, and then you see this entire ring, and the ring is like, you know that it won't be into anymore. And after getting a last hit of with Dragon Pulse, after Dragon Pulse has actually killed something, your next 3 auto attacks reduce the cooldown of it. Also very important. So now I'm just trying to speedrun to level 9, of course, because with level 9 we have one of the strongest Dreadnought Pokemon in the game still. It's very hard to deal with this Pokemon at Dreadnought if he does an aggressive Unite move, which I will show off in this game on how you should be fighting the first Dread. So we're getting level 7, get our Dragon Tail. Of course, I kind of stole his minion there a bit, but like it's so important for me to get level 9. And I don't think the Citra is going to reach level 7, he's pretty far behind. So it's going to be hard for him. I'm just going to take this back to base, maybe run towards top side. Bot lane doesn't really look, them are very passive. So I just need to be level 9, right? I need to be level 9 as fast as possible. And then I can give experience to my teammates if they want to, because I can decide the first Dreadnought fight pretty much on my own if I'm level 9. So, again, just farming. There's nothing to do right now. The enemy team is super scared or super careful, and they're not really overextending anywhere, so waiting for my buffs to respawn. I take this Corphish because my allies were not going for it, so again, why not? Now we have the Dragon Tail as well. Honestly, I don't think you should use Dragon Tail as like a PvE thing too much. I sometimes just do it. It has a very long cooldown, and you should really just go with 2 charges into a team fight. So what I'm doing right here is pointless. Shouldn't be doing that. Also, I haven't played, this Pokemon quite a while, but I want to give it a try for you guys and talk about it a bit. So now we're almost level 9. Try to get this last hit. I don't think we got it, but there's some more Dino right here. Just gonna make sure I get this one and I get level 9. And then you're gonna see me instantly walk up into the right brush. So what I want to do is I want to Unite move from the second brush, like right here. And then I hit Dreadnought at the same time, but also hit my opponents. And your Pikachu just already disappeared. Next time a Dragon Tail also disappears. And like, this is just the perfect zoning tool, right? You hit Dreadnought at the same time, but the opponents have to walk through a fire circle. So you can also do it passively, but I like to do it aggressively, right? So just gonna try to get this Dreadnought. Of course, the enemies are dead, but they still have Solar Beam, but he luckily misses it because he got telekinesed. And then we just go for more kills. Can dive this as well, looking for the Pikachu. I have full stacks on him, so I'm going to charge up my Dragon Pulse, and we get the kill. Obviously, the damage got nerfed by quite a lot, but as a jungler, again, you're still ahead, right? You get ahead into the game, which means your Dragon Pulse will still do good damage. But I really would not recommend playing this in late Duraludon anymore. If you play lane Duraludon, I would for sure recommend Flash Cannon. Of course, you kind of miss out on last hitting, then on objectives, but man, your damage is so weak if you have Dragon Pulse in lane. If you're like a level behind, you just don't really do any damage with Dragon Pulse anymore. So Dragon Pulse still works if you're ahead, which, in jungle you're pretty much always ahead, right? If you play it correctly, you'll always be the highest level in the game quite easily. Gotta be a bit careful here, but we have our Dragon Tails, so we can kite back a bit. They do use 2 Unite moves here. Just gonna keep kiting back towards my berries and try to charge up my Dragon Pulse. Now we actually get a kill. We get 2 kills. These are super angry. We run away from this, have our Focus Band procced sadly, but yeah, they tried to go super hard for us, but the Dragon Tail mobility just allows us to, stay alive. And also, it stuns as well. It's a nice small stun, and I think a lot of people get caught off on it. And it also gives you another boosted auto attack, so you can burst someone quite hard. You can have boosted auto attack, Dragon Tail, boosted auto attack, and they have full Dragon Pult stacks after it, because also every Dragon Tail gives you 2 stacks on them and every boosted attack as well. So you can very fast get full stacks on someone, super fast, and just burst them down very fast as well with it. Of course, Stealth Rock gives you a bit better zoning, and also Stealth Rock gives you more like of those stacks in team fights, and it also gives you better objective burn, right? You can just put your Stealth Rock onto Zapdos or put it onto Dreadnought, and it will die much faster. See the Greninja here, split pushing on top side. I thought Gengar would maybe go deal with it, but he didn't. He took the Hooper Portal, so I'm going to start trying to deal with it now. And here's I'm going to just look for now. I thought about jumping, but I was thinking maybe he's on this Audino. I'm going to start fighting him now. And this was a very bad Dragon Pult. I thought I would just get the last hit, and actually I misplayed this super hard here, and he just murders me. It's just take Greninja as well, I guess. But I did misplay quite hard. I used my Dragon Pulse there to get the Audino, but it wasn't even close. And then I tried to Dragon Tail him, but he just auto-attacked me to death in like 2 auto-attacks. So, yeah, that was pretty badly played. Maybe should even fought him. Like, he doesn't even have coins, right? So, he already scored anyway, so there wasn't really a point in fighting him necessarily much either. Let's go towards Dreadnought. Hopefully still secure this one as well. But yeah, Greninja still very hard to deal with on any Pokemon as well. But the nice part about Greninja Unite is at least in late game teamfights, my Heavy Metal can block it. Here we get the last hit with Dragon Pulse. Then we try to Solar Beam it again, but we're totally fine this time around again as well. Jumping towards mid. I just want to be level 14, 15 as always. Right now, realistically, I'm going to be level 14. I'm just hoping that my teammate goes to top to defend Rotom, which they do, because I don't want to waste time defending the Rotom when my entire buffs are up, right? It's just so much experience wasted. Looking for the Pikachu now. I'm just going to auto-attack him. I mean, he has Wood Tackle, didn't have heavy Metal, but he just dies. He has no chance, of course. Bit way too deep. Looking at bot lane now, they're going also super deep on this. So, can't Unite move anymore. So I'm just going to decide to, maybe auto-attack once, walk in a Dragon Tail, and we actually stop it for now. We stop the Greninja scoring, which is quite huge, but we have to be super careful. Like, tier 1 golds are hard to defend. Luckily, our teammates also rotated with the Hooper Hyperspace, so someone surrender voting as always. Game is looking super good for us, and someone is surrender voting. Only problem is the Greninja's level 40 on the enemy team, which is quite scary. That for sure can be an issue. So almost level 14. Again, I will not be hitting 15 this game. For that, the game just, didn't get too many kills for that, or scores in, and but that's totally fine. 14 is always at least still good enough. So 30 seconds into Zapdos. This was a very nice telekinesis by our Slowbro, and we get a nice pick off. And now I'm actually close to 15. So this KO, after this KO, I'm like, I actually can get maybe 50 now. Because, I mean, he was level 14 Greninja, so I get a lot of experience. The guy that also gets the KO always gets the most experience out of a KO. So now I'm like, okay, I'm getting 15, or I can get 15 if I want to. It's still quite risky though, because my team might die before everything happens, so I could go for these bottom Audinos, but I'm kind of scared that my team is going to do something, weird without me. But I do have Hooper, right? I have Hooper Portal, so if Hooper doesn't mess up his Unbound, I'm totally fine doing this. So I'm getting my 15 right now, and I just hope that in case there's a fight, Hooper just portals me in instantly. Because, I mean, the difference between 14 and 15 is quite huge. So after that one kill, I just decided instantly, okay, I'm going for level 15, because the Greninja gave me so much experience, and we actually reach it. Gengar's dead, Destroy's dead, we currently 3-5, so quite difficult. Then I can team fights with Pokemon is still quite difficult. I'm just going to get move from this brush right here. Also pop my full heal, so I can't get interrupted on it. And we get 1 kill. And now I'm just kind of low on HP. I'm just going to lifesteal. You can lifesteal so much with this Pokemon as well. Look how much we are healing back up just with lifesteal, almost back to full HP. I'm just going to set Zapdos a bit low and see what the enemies do. We just Dragon Tail into him, kill this guy, and I'm making sure this Venusaur dies as well, because, he has Solar Beam. Sadly, there was a Hyperspace there, but just to make sure we don't have any chances of getting it stolen by the enemy Solar Beam. Now we can go back to this, and we get it with our Dragon Pulse last hit. Pikachu almost was kind of close to it, but yeah, didn't quite make it. Of course, the game is not over yet. Still got to score. If we can. I'm gonna try and waddle over there. Because, like, always, I think it's always smarter to walk around. Through mid lane, you can get jump head stun. It's quite difficult. But they surrender, don't even get the score in. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's the damage check for the end as well. 61k wasn't too bad. But I mean, there was not a lot of team fighting going on. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.